Straight out of Tentacle Hentai, Lady Octopus is amazing. She's like the iconic Aether Vial, with a nutload more potential. Whenever we draw, she gets a counter, and then we can cast artifacts for free at instant speed, if we have enough counters. This includes the suspend artifacts, Sol Talisman, and Lotus Bloom. That means we can cast Lotus Bloom on turn 2, and with a whopping 5 mana, that means we can play Elesh Horn on turn 2, shutting off our opponent's triggered abilities, and doubling ours. We have so many triggers, like Stoneforge Mystic, bidding for equipment, like Assimilation Aegis for removal, turning the equipped creature into a copy of the exiled creature, or we can dig for Cryptic Coat, which when it enters, we turn the top card of our library into a creature, a 2/2 creature with ward. We can flip over that creature anytime for its mana cost, the creature is buffed and unblockable, and we can even bounce code back to hand. And because these are artifacts, we can of course cast them for free with Lady Octopus, but it gets even kinkier. Because drawing cards increases the counters on Lady Octopus, we have Quantum Riddler, drawing a card when it enters. This card is kind of busted, because if we draw one of those cards in hand, we draw an extra card, and because it costs 5 mana, we can play it on turn 2 with Lotus Bloom, but it also has Warp. Warp lets us cast it for 2 mana, but then on unstep it goes into exile, and we can cast it later for its full cost. But if we blink it, Quantum Riddler will stay out forever. We have 2 ways to blink it: Ephemerate, exiling it, returning it, also working super well with Cryptic Coat, because if we blink the face down creature, it returns face up. Then there's also Phelia Titties, blinking something when it attacks, so if we blink Cryptic Coat, we'll get another face down creature. Or more into the battlefield abilities, we have On Thin Ice, exiling a creature, Witch Enchanter to take out artifacts, and of course Solitude for more removals. And in case Lady Octopus is stuck in hand, we have Force of Negation to counter. Also great at protecting Lady Octopus, because we can counter something for free. In our sideboard, we have another new card, Spider Sense, which counters a spell or triggered ability, and we can cast it for 1 mana if we return a tap creature to hand. Then there's Colorless Hate, Favorite Hate, Storm Hate, Land Hate, Permanent Hate, and Artifact Enchantment Hate. That's the deck. Before we get to the gameplay, you're probably wondering why Lady Octopus looks like this, and why she's called Murata. Well, you see, Murata's her stripper name, and this is a picture of her after her boob enlargement surgery. As you can see, it did not go very well. Oh well, now off we go. Opening hand, we have Phelia and the Rizzler, so we're gonna keep. We draw Elesh Horn. We'll hold up Phelia Titties and pass. Birthing Ritual, so we can sacrifice a creature for a larger creature. Whip out Titties. We draw Stoneforge Mystic, and now it's time to blink Rizzler. Draw 1 card, swing and flicker. Rizzler re-enters and we draw another card. Renegade Rallier, which reanimates the land, playing Young Wolf. As Dirt Eater as this feels, we'll first exile Rallier, and then Young Wolf. Land for us, play Mystic, finding Cryptic Coat, swing with Phelia Titties, 2 Flicker Mystic, grabbing a second Mystic Coat. Opponent plays a Mana Dork, in Safi Yargsadder, which can reanimate a creature. Will they sack the Birthing Ritual? They do, grabbing Tide Hollow, exiling our removal until Tide Hollow leaves, but Daddy has a plan. We'll first play Cryptic Coat, hitting a Lady Octopus. We'll swing Flicker Tide Hollow, giving us back our removal. Activate Stoneforge Mystic, putting out that removal, exiling the creature that reanimates, and opponent concedes. Putting us to the front start on 2. Opening hand, only 1 land will maul, and it is certainly better we'll keep. Hard choice between Rizzler and Elesh Horn, but how can we say no to the horniness? And please don't kill Lady Octopus. Birth Ritual, I'm the daddy. Play our Lotus Bloom, and with 5 mana, Elesh Horn on turn 2, and instantly defecating all over themselves, our opponent concedes. What a great start for us. And now it's on the next defecation. Opening hand, there's Lady Octopus, we'll keep. Will they allow her to stay around? It looks like it. No. That's a good top deck. Put out Talisman, draw with Rizzler, and then blink it. Lotus Bloom. Weapons manufacturing. Whenever they play an artifact, they get a munitions token, and when that munitions token leaves, they deal 2 damage to any target, and draw 2 cards. There's so many artifacts. And now they play Emissary, they warp it in. Whenever they cast an artifact, they make a 1/1 flyer, and cap a Cannoneer. With ward 4, we gotta deal with that. We really need 1 more land here. So Ephemerate Rizzler, and there's a land. With Lady Octopus, play Lotus Bloom for free, and 4 mana Witch Enchanter, hard Cannoneer, and with Lotus Bloom, we have exactly 4 mana to pay the ward, so we're very much back in it. A hard cast Emissary, and then a bobble. 8 munitions tokens, dang. If they find a way to sack them, that's 16 damage right there. Another Witch Enchanter, wonderful. Since these tokens can take out Phelia Titties, we'll just play the Enchanter, taking out Emissary, and their tokens can only block flyers. Oh shit! They can sacrifice any permanent for 1 mana, darn. Means they can deal 6 here. They take out Octopus Lady, and hold up the others for removal. Swing out, a triple block, play another Lady Octopus, and they use removal. Our board feels so empty now. Stop monitor to draw 2 cards. Another artifact. Oh, engineered explosives. If they crack that, they'll deal 16 damage instantly. Flash our Titties, they remove it. More Titties, Stoneforge Mystic, we'll play it. For Cryptic Coat, hard we hit a land. We'll swing anyway. Look for our coat, on trades. Ooh, we do hit Rizzler. They sack more munitions. We flip a Rizzler. If we do, they could just sack 3 munitions. We'll wait. Elesh Horn, nice. Over swing. They go for removal. Ping the ward. But tragically for opponent. Flip over Rizzler. And now they don't have enough mana to finish it off. Wonderful. Another artifact. They go after our Rizzler. Good for them. But most tragically for opponent. Once we play Elesh Horn. Oh, never mind. They'll pass. Dang, Emissary. That's gotta go. Use Solitude. Exile Emissary. And push number 2. We lose Solitude. Another artifact. And they go after our token. I'm surprised they haven't used explosives by now. I suppose they're saving it. Our Lotus Bloom comes down. On Thin Ice, we'll save that. Return Coat to hand. Replay it. Hitting Solitude, nice. And we'll pass. They sack another munitions. Our creature goes bye-bye. Pop the Spur Roots to give haste. And they hit us for 2 and pass. Force of Negation. Return Coat to hand. And replay it. Hitting Force of Negation. Moon, and we'll pass. There goes our creature again. Cap a Cannoneer, wish they can give haste to put us at 5. They're really clapping us here. Play on thin ice, pay 5 rewards, and then we'll pass. They hit us for 2. Oh, and the land. Bounce coat, replay it, find another coat. We don't want to lower life anymore, so we're gonna pass. They tried to draw 2 cards, but sacrifice Lotus Bloom, counter. No, they bounce on thin ice. Yep, they have us, because they can give it haste and it's unblockable. That game 1 was so epic. Turn 13, and make game 2 be just as epic. Going to game 2 is bringing a Nutload Artifact hate with Asking Me 2. Opening hand, consign to memory. I suppose we'll keep. Suspend Lotus Bloom and pass. Where's the Saga? Mox Opal, very risky. We'll try for turn 2 Solitude. Engine Explosives? They're that desperate to make extra mana, huh? Maybe just to draw 2 cards. More lands. We really need them to play a creature. Followed by an artifact spell, but oh, okay, that's fine. Ooh, another consign to memory. Here comes construct number 1 and number 2. And instead of countering a color spell, evoke Solitude, exile 1 construct. We counter all triggers and another Urza Saga. And cap a Cannoneer, oh my gosh. Alright, well, we get Lotus Bloom. They're just popping off hard. Play Cryptic Coat, hitting Lotus Bloom. Now I just gotta hold back and pass. Counter their Saga trigger, so they can't make constructs. Darn, this cap a Cannoneer. We'll bend over and take 6. They just try to bounce their Lotus Bloom in response. Float blue, and return Cryptic Coat. Replay Cryptic Coat, hitting Solitude, okay. But what we really need is artifact hate. Drain our opponent for 3 and pass. They'll get 1 artifact, which will make Cannoneer unblockable. They equip and give trample. And they even have bounce. Oh! So we're very dead. We had such good starts both games. But without artifact hate, we totally got key surge. We'll add this to our repressed memories and move on to the next one. Opening hand of our opponent's a creature deck. Then we can do a lot of damage. We'll keep. We'll suspend Talisman and pass. Mystic nice. We'll play Mystic. Grab a coat and pass. And it looks like a Blitz deck with Corey Steel Cutter. Whenever they play the second spell, they make a 1-1 with prowess. Another land for us. For now we'll pass. Oh, second Steel Cutter. They make a nutload of tokens. In Dragon Rage Chandler, they don't have Delirium just yet. On the swings. We'll first put out Cryptic Coat. Plus 1 blocker. Then invoke Solitude. Exile 1 token. Ephemerate. Exile another. And trade here. Oh, they buff. And now their Chandler has Delirium. But Daddy has a plan. Our Talisman comes out. Ephemerate Mystic. Button removal. No, this is gonna be kinkier than I thought. Cast removal. Exile Chandler. Then play Rizzler. For all this stuff. And then we gain 3 life. That was a pretty epic turn. Oh, with 2 Steel Cutters and 4 cards in hand. We must be extra careful. They bolt us directly? Why? They have like Solitude. Mystic. Wouldn't they bolt that? I guess they're really that confident that they have lethal. We can jump here. That's still 4 damage. We do have Force of Negation. Is it worth countering a Lightning Bolt? It's probably the next spell that matters more. Very risky, but we'll let it go through. They swing out. Jump here. They try to buff. We'll counter that. And survive at 1. We'll swing the Solitude. So we go back to 4 life. Pull up this other Solitude and pass. They swing out. Flash and Solitude. Exile 1 token. Block another. Ooh, that one survives. This is gonna be sick. Drain for 6. Cast Rizzler. Drawing 2 cards. And our opponent accepts the defeat. But we must battle again in game 2. We're gonna go for another time 2. Opening hand 1 land. If this entered untapped, we'd be looking pretty good. We're risking keep. Upon digs. That is a land though. So we'll play Octopus Lady. Even though that means no Force of Negation. Opponent plots come shot show off. That they can cast it free on a later turn. We draw removal. Next turn we can play Damping Sphere. We just gotta survive until then. The opponent goes for the come shot. And Swift Sphere. They buff a bubble. And what if they don't attack? Oh no, our opponent might be on the crack pipe. Well, this is gonna be a pretty wild turn. Removal number 1. Taking out the come shot. Oh, they counter the triggered ability. So we'll play another removal spell. And now take out come shot. And with Octopus Lady, play Damping Sphere for free. It'll be hard for our opponent to combo off. Although they do have 4 lands. Octopus Lady is no more. Opponent passes. Ephemerate nice. We'll hold up our instance and pass. Unfortunately, wiping is a bad idea. Because our enchantments and artifacts get hit as well. But Daddy has a plan. Flash and Philly's titties. Oh, and a Rizzler. Okay, we'll play that. Swing and flicker Rizzler. Rizzler enters. And now we have more counter. 6 mana for an Is It Blitz deck. They only have 12 lands left in deck. Opponent swings and we'll block. Violent Urge to give Double Strike. We'll Ephemerate. And after reaching maximum pregnancy, our opponent gives birth. And now it's the next pregnancy. Opening hand's kind of a mess. We're gonna maul. Ooh, this is good. We'll keep. We'll play Lady Octopus. Suspend 1 Lotus Bloom as a backup plan, then we'll pass. Opponent passes. And Elesh Horn for us. Put out Lotus Bloom. And then crack it. To play Elesh Horn. They remove Lady Octopus. Better late than never. Ooh, and Rizzler. We'll double Surveil. Warp Rizzler. Double draw triggers. First drawing 2 cards. That good. This for 4. And then we'll generously pass. They try for Blood Moon, but we counter for free. Our second Lotus Bloom comes out. Stoneforge Mystic. With the kinkiest option. First play Quantum Riddler. Drawing 2 cards but no land. So we'll swing for 4 and pass. And darn, they concede. They don't like spankings. Going to give me so an artifact enchantment hate without going 2. So game 2 is a total shit show. Both Daddy and the opponent were top decking lands left and right. So we'll pick things up in game 3. Opening hand has Lady Octopus and Lotus Bloom. We'll keep. But will she survive the turn? She sure does. We'll hold up Lotus Bloom and pass. They have removal now, but activate Lady Octopus. Play Lotus Bloom for free. And to make our opponent feel pregnant, we'll play out another Lady Octopus. Opponent plays Monkey and Mind Stone. Who's Solitude? We'll hold up Solitude and pass. And then invoke Solitude. Exiling the Monkey. And attempt Ephemerate. That worked. And now they play Koth. Making mana. For Blood Moon, sure. They have 1 card in hand. And they remove Solitude. No, so they lose Koth. How interesting. Opponent draws. Ooh, play Chandra. Taking out Solitude in response. It's a big old FU. Exile Chandra. And then with Lady Octopus, put out Sol Talisman. Ooh, another artifact. Would our opponent like to play a creature? No. But we'll be patient and keep passing. Witch Enchanter will take it. We'll play to take out Blood Moon. And then we pass. I'll only play another. Riddler, and they play Electro Assaulting Battery. When it leaves, it does a nutload of damage to the opponent. Tragically for opponent, with Lady Octopus, put out our equipment, takes out Electro, and thanks to this equipment, we'll equip Lady Octopus, and now we have Electro. This for 4. Oh, removal. We'll flash in Phelia Titties, and then shove most kinky. Equip Witch Enchanter, turn it into Electro. We'll then swing with Phelia Titties, blinking Electro. When it leaves, Electro deals 3 damage to the opponent, and when Witch Enchanter re-enters, we take out Blood Moon. How kinky was that? One land, make another Electro, swing and blink, 4 damage to our opponent. Oh, they remove Phelia Titties, but it's time for something epic. We'll make another Electro, another Torn. Opponent puts out Chandra, they take out Electro, but with a Lotus Bloom, we deal 3 damage to our opponent and our opponent concedes. Not the most competitive match, but those are some sick interactions. Plus thing Koth again, Warm Daddy's Heart, and now it's on the next banking. Opening hand 4 lands. We do have Lady Octopus, so we'll keep. Witch Enchanter, we'll play Lady Octopus, and they Solitude it, and they play Birthing Ritual, another Lady Octopus. We'll hold up Phelia Titties instead. Opponent passes without playing anything? What a loser. Ooh, and Rizzler, 4-part Rizzler, playing Solitude, swing and Flicker. Ooh, Endurance. You don't want them killing Phelia Titties. We're sacking Endurance to Ritual, so we'll Solitude. No Endurance for you. Play Lady Octopus, get back Rizzler, and we redraw Solitude. We'll Skyclave Apparition, exiling Phelia Titties, and will they sack the Birthing Ritual? They probably will. They do, and whoa. They can exile a card from our hand, taking Witch Enchanter. In that case, before we've drawn, we'll bounce a Priest, giving us a 4-4, and thanks to Rizzler, we draw 2 cards, and we even draw a white card, which means we can invoke Solitude. Think for 6, they replay it, but unfortunately for our opponent, we invoke Solitude, exile Priest, Ephemerate encounter, and our opponent concedes. Going to game 2 is we're in this rest time 2. Opening hand is a good curve, we'll keep. We can just draw an artifact, then we'd be in a great spot. Place for Resurgence, punishing us for playing cards on their turn. Oh my gosh, Lotus Bloom, how could we be so lucky? Play Lotus Bloom for free, and then Torn. This looks a lot like our first match. They play Flicker Wisp, but it does nothing when it enters. Unfortunately, our opponent has 2 basics, so Harbinger doesn't do much here. We'll for swing, and play Harbinger anyway, so now they're missing green. They play Witch Enchanter, and they swing for 3 in the air. Sure, Witch Enchanter for us, get in for 4. Bounce for Flicker Wisp, because they no longer have double white. Ooh, Overlord of the Ball Sack. Too bad it enters and does nothing. Although in 4 turns we'll turn into a creature. We draw another Rizzler. Might as well play 1 to draw 2 cards. We Solitude, and Phelia Titties as well, to absolutely punish our opponent. Evoke Solitude, exile both their creatures. Swing for 6, opponent passes. Play Phelia Titties, Cryptic Coat, we can play it for free. Thanks to Elesh, we manifest 2 cards, finding an Elesh, Warpin Rizzler, drawing 2 cards, and 1 more. Fling and Flicker. We'll evoke Solitude. It doesn't exile anything, but they can at least block, so now their lands are back online. They try to surveil, but they can't. We draw 2 more cards. Ooh, finding Ephemerate, Witch Enchanter. But now it's time for opponents to meet their demise. What a blowout, but kudos to our opponent for seeing it through to the end. So there we have it. Daddy was impressed with the deck, and the Octopus Lady felt amazing. Although at times it felt like we didn't have enough artifacts to utilize her, so perhaps she'd be best in a dedicated artifact deck. But so far, Daddy hasn't seen Lady Octopus in any decks. Hopefully that changes soon, because she's really cool. So that is all for now. Let me know you go think of the deck. A new giveaway is coming soon. And until next time, stay with tech.